The best of the Morning X. 99X.
When people in this town want to find out the real stories, the stories behind the stories of the stories that change their lives, the stories that you don't hear on CNN, you don't hear them on NBC, they turn to
the news monster.
Where are we traveling today, Monster?
We turn to Mrs. Dorothy Robertson. Dorothy lives in what city, Dorothy?
Bambrook, New Jersey.
All right.
Bambrook, New Jersey.
Yes.
We read about you last week. You had an incident which could have been a lot worse than it turned out to be.
Oh, yes, it could have been.
This happened when?
This happened on the 11th of August.
Okay. At what time?
It started about 4 o'clock in the morning.
What happened?
Well, this gentleman, he came in through my kitchen window, and he went into my son's room, and he made himself at home.
What do you mean?
He crawled in the window. Everyone's asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And he crawls in the window.
Mm-hmm.
At what point did you know he was there?
It was about 4 o'clock when I heard some noise in my son's room. My son works at night shift, so I thought that was him. He'd come home early from his night shift.
How old is your son?
My son is 24.
And when you say he went into your son's room and made himself at home, what does that mean?
He took and went in there. He took and turned the radio on. He went through all of my son's clothes. He gathered up my son's camcorder, his camera, and he put him at the foot of the bed to, I assume, to take when he decided to leave.
To steal him, right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, your son wasn't home yet, obviously.
No, he was still at work.
And did this guy know anyone else was home?
I don't think so, because then he took and went into the freezer and took out a pack of Jamestown sausage and put it in the microwave.
Jamestown sausage.
For when you need a sausage, go to Jamestown.
You know it.
So he just went to the kitchen and started cooking breakfast.
Yes, he went and put it in the microwave, and then he went on the side porch and went back outside, opened the side door, put the charcoal on the grill, went back in the refrigerator and got a pack of steak that I had just bought the day before.
Hold on a second. No, wait a minute.
So you're still in your room at this point?
We're in our bedroom sleep.
And this is it's dark. It's 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning?
It's dark.
Now, when did you wake up?
When my daughter come running into our bedroom and said there was a naked man standing in her room.
Wait a minute. Wait. When did he get naked?
We don't know when he got naked. We assume he got naked in my son's room.
Oh,
so wait a minute. There's a naked man in your house cooking his sausage.
Yes.
So you wake up, and what was he doing when you woke up?
When my daughter spotted him, he was in her room going through her dresser drawer. And she woke up because she heard the noise in her room. And she turns and she wakes up and she asks him, who are you and what are you doing in my room?
Naked.
And he looks at her, he says his name, and then he says, oh, I'm such an ass, and he runs out of her room. So she grabs her house coat and she runs into our bedroom.
How old is she?
She's 20.
Okay.
And the man is how old?
He's 25.
Okay.
And he runs into the bathroom. And so when she comes and get us, we go into the kitchen. And he's in the bathroom. He's saying, I'll be out in a minute.
I'll be out in a minute?
Into the shower.
I mean, he's saying like nothing's wrong, like he's a house guest.
Wait, he'll be out in a minute and he starts taking a shower?
That's exactly what he said. I'll be out in a minute. But he got into the shower.
Is the steak still cooking at this point?
No, he had never got a chance to light the grill.
Oh, he put the
just had it
charcoal
sitting on the side of the grill.
What about the Jamestown sausage?
Oh, it was done.
Had he already eaten the sausage?
No, he didn't eat it. It was done, but he hadn't got a chance to eat it.
So it smelled like breakfast in your house?
Yes.
I love that smell.
Yeah, that's a great smell. A real homey smell. So you wait for the guy.
Burglar or no burglar, it's a good smell.
I told him to stay in the shower. I told him to stay in the bathroom. I told my daughter to call the police. She's on the phone with the police. Her and my husband standing in the kitchen with these huge knives, and he's hollering he'll be out in a minute. And I'm telling them, do not come out, because they would have heard him, because that's how scared they were. So he jumps in the shower, takes a shower, washes his hair, conditions his hair, and then by the time the police got there, he was standing in the bathroom with a pair of my son's pants on, jeans on.
Did he seem like he was on drugs or drunk? Or?
Well, this is what my husband said. My husband said when they took him out to the out through the side door, when he looked back at my husband and told my husband, I'm really sorry if I caused your family any problems. And he said, but she said it would be okay. Now, whoever she was, we never found out because we never seen anybody else with him. But his underwear was laying right there on the kitchen floor.
And what did you do? Yeah.
His underwear was laying right in the kitchen floor. We found women's underwear in the head of my son's bed, a bra and a pair of panties.
Was his underwear boxers or briefs, just for the record?
His
Women's.
was
No,
briefs.
his.
I know. I thought he was wearing women's underwear.
Well, they found underwear in my son's room.
So
Men's or women's?
the women's underwear that they found was not your daughter's?
No.
So
It was not my daughter's and not mine.
Did he leave men's underwear laying around?
He left a pair of men's in the dining room.
Men's underwear in the dining room.
Yep.
And so just to understand, he did not ever get to cook the steak.
No, he didn't get a chance to cook.
Well, you know what? Thank God for that. Thank God that
it could have gotten
a lot worse. He could have wasted good steaks.
Man, that is random.
wow.
Yeah.
Do you own a gun?
No, thank God for that too.
That could have been.
If he'd have
messy.
come out the bathroom, it would have been a lot worse because my daughter and my husband was they were truly upset and they were very scared.
Now your husband, there's a naked man in the house, and what is he doing? Is he cowering? He's in the kitchen with a knife. What?
Yes, he's in the kitchen. He's having a knife, and he told the man, "Oh, you can come out now. There's no problem."
And he was
going
gonna
to truly come out. And my daughter said, "Yeah, you can come out." And I'm telling them, "Don't you dare come out. The police are on their way."
What were they going to butcher him up?
Oh, they were going to cut him to nothing.
Because he wasn't
Really?
being aggressive. He wasn't an
Well,
aggressor. He was
still-
freaked
Invaded
out.
the
You could
home.
still hold him at bay.
Well,
But he invaded the home
Right,
as a
but you
naked
know what?
guy.
But
You're-
the guy, he might. I mean, even me. I mean, if the guy is just freaked out, yeah, you're going to be freaked and you're going to have a weapon and you're going to be right there. But
Well, see, they didn't
Do you
know
start
what he was
killing
going to come
him?
out the bathroom with.
if you had a gun, let's say, and a
And I
man
do.
came into your house, okay, and a guy came into your house, 4 a.m, no less.
right. No, I'm
would
saying I'd be freaked.
But would you hold him at bay, or would you shoot first and then ask questions later?
Judging by the way she's talking, that he was just out of his mind and he wasn't being aggressive, I'd probably hold him at bay.
I don't know, and this is funny. It's a funny juxtaposition between you and me. I don't know that I'd wait to see if he was being aggressive.
See,
if I
because
woke
he's
up at
just-
4
well,
in the morning,
if you've
and
got
there's-
him and you're holding him at bay with a gun, and you see that he's naked and has nothing on him.
See, my thing is if I
don't know,
if I had a gun and it was like under my pillow or something, and I woke up and this naked guy was rummaging through my drawer, I wouldn't be saying, "Well, what are you doing?"
And as a
yeah.
woman, I would
shot him.
expect that reaction
Right.
too.
yeah, what
No,
would you
no.
have done there, Dorothy?
If he had been in my room and he was naked and I had a pillow underneath my gun, I wouldn't have waited. As soon as I screamed and he turned around,
Right.
I probably would have shot him.
Now, in that situation,
because I would have
yes.
been terrified.
I was
would've been
talking
terrified.
about at this point when he's already in the bathroom.
Already
that
in the
whole thing.
bathroom. Yeah, well, if he's
No,
already in the
yeah,
bathroom.
if I walk in the kitchen, the guy's crawling through the window, I'm going to shoot him.
Right.
Yeah, see, that's the good thing too, because my husband usually go to work at 4:00 in the morning, and he's usually in the bathroom between 4 and 5, because he has to be to work at. He's usually in the bathroom between 4 and 4:30 because he has to be to work by 5:30. But this morning he didn't have to go to work until 9 o'clock.
And did you
And
ever
that
get any
was a good
recap
thing.
or follow up about what his deal was? Was he on drugs?
Yeah,
Was he-
really.
Well, they never told us exactly what he was, but they put him in bail for a $10,000 bail, cash bail.
Did someone bail him out?
Nope.
So he's still there. So we still,
Yep.
at this point, you're not quite sure. This is Dorothy Robertson,
Yes.
who is in New Jersey and woke up at 4 a.m. to a naked man cooking sausages in her
And taking a shower.
in her kitchen and attempting to make steaks, and then he ran into the shower. Okay, well,
Right.
so we don't know. All right, and he's still in jail this day, probably naked.
Yeah.
And,
Thank
Well,
you.
Well, I'm so glad that
Yes.
it wasn't worse than that.
all right, Dorothy.
I'm so glad too. I'm extremely glad that it was not worse than that because it could have been much worse.
Right.
Well, we appreciate your joining us on 99X, and we are...
News Monster.
The lady didn't know in a minute or so she's going to be robbed by a naked man. Beware, beware, beware of the naked man.
The best of the Morning X. 99X.